Hello everybody, and welcome back to The Media Guy, the channel where you can trust that if you don't subscribe, you will get shot. Today, I was bumming around my little home, bored, though keeping myself occupied by thinking, if I had a gun, would I shoot? And at that moment, I plumped myself down on my couch, boot up my not crappy gaming console, scrolled the now humble selection of video games, and there it was. A game so beautiful, so satisfying, so very pixelated, all I had to do was enter the Gungeon. At first, Enter the Gungeon presents itself as a fun, very weird game about guns, gun bats, gun currency, gun people, and so many other types of thing themed around the American favorite toy. And when I say so many types, I mean it. There's the bullet, the parrot, Yari launcher, makeshift cannon, trash cannon, the scrambler, gunther, big iron, cactus, railgun, snow ballad, skeleton key. Skeleton key. BSG, big shot. The exotic, I can read. Hyperlight blaster, little bomber, siren, bow blaster, mailbox, f***ing unicorn horn. That is all to say, there are a lot of guns, and so much more I haven't even mentioned. From the get-go, Enter the Gungeon is a weird, fun as heck bullet hell roguelike that'll have you laugh until the day grows old. And then, the most important game mechanic, the dodge roll. Well, maybe it's not the most important, but whatever. It acts as a way to dodge bullets, get over gaps, sometimes even charge up an attack. But it also just looked cool. Fun fact, the developers of Enter the Gungeon loved the dodge roll so much, they named their own game studio after it. On another note, there are multiple characters in Enter the Gungeon. All of them very cool. We got the Marine, the Pilot, the Convict, the Hunter, and other unlockable characters that, while very difficult to get, are immensely enjoyable to play as, and are always a great reward for sticking with this relentlessly difficult game. Those unlockable characters being the Robot and the Bullet, with one other character, the Cultist, only being playable in co-op mode, as if the single-player Odyssey wasn't perfect enough already. Every character has different abilities and attributes that change the way you play. And just kidding. Even though there are 4 main characters, their differences aren't substantial enough to radically change your playstyle or tactics whilst popping shots down the Gungeon. However, while that might seem like a bad thing, I feel, at least, that this actually works in the game's favor. Enter the Gungeon, at the end of the day, is all about persistence, death, and improvement. You are meant to die over and over and over and over, and sprinkle a little bit more overs in there in the Gungeon. Whether that be by bullet bats, bullet dudes, or falling down a clearly visible hole. Yet, all these deaths, no matter how they came about or how frustrating they might have been, all teach you the ways of the various dungeons throughout the Gungeon. And you get better. I won't sugarcoat this. Enter the Gungeon is a really hard game. Enemies don't miss, meanwhile you shoot like you're wearing oven mitts. Dodge roll? More like roll directly into more bullets. Damn near every gun you find is either god or garbage, no middle ground. Bosses attack that they're trying to impress Satan himself, and the shopkeeper's price is just, he thinks he inherited several bags of gold from multiple relatives now 6 feet under. And you came here for fun. The game came here to show that you are just not ready. However, you always get better. Every failed run is not lost progress. It is progress. You learn to dodge properly. You learn enemy tactics and patterns. You learn how much damage every individual gun deals. And you learn, with great power comes many fatalities. And it's fun as hell. I'm gonna just say this now before I get shot from outside my window. Enter the Gungeon is how you make a fun as guns roguelike bullet hell. Every shot passes through your controller. Everything from explosions to deaths and destruction shakes the camera with the force of a powerful nuclear bomb, and the adrenaline surging through your whole being when you're in the thick of 20 enemies bullets flying all around, the music booming in your eardrums, and you're on your last bullet-shaped heart, and you make it. It's simply the most intense and exciting experience you can have playing a game. The roguelike elements of Enter the Gungeon are nothing too special. You go in, gun your way through procedurally generated rooms of bullet bros, buy upgrades, guns, items, etc. and inevitably die. Every time you die, you lose all your guns, items, and bullet money, and have to start all over. You start off in the keep of the Lead Lord, a crumbling castle where living bullets politely invite you to get absolutely destroyed. It looks friendly at first, bright colors, silly enemies, but the second you blink, you get lit up by shotguns, sniped across the room, and smacked around by bosses who think dodge rolls are just a suggestion. Survive that, and you're tossed into the Gungeon proper, where things get darker, nastier, and about twice as fast. The enemies are smarter, the bullets thicker, and every hallway feels like a death trap you paid good money to walk into. The bosses here just don't shoot at you. They straight up choreograph your suffering. Then it's on to the Black Powder Mine, a grimy mess of exploding barrels, mine carts, conveyor belts, and about 100 bullets per second flying at your face. Even the walls feel like they're judging you. Because that's exactly how this floor says hello. Assuming you haven't rage quit yet, you hit the Hollow, an icy wasteland where everything moves faster, hits harder, and absolutely nobody is playing fair anymore. The floor is slippery, the enemies teleport, and at this point, dodging is less about a skill and more about pure survival instinct. Blink the wrong way, and you're getting buried under a mountain of glowing death. Finally, you reach the Forge, a fiery nightmare straight out of your worst stress dreams. Every enemy here is on steroids, the traps are cruel, and if you thought the Dragon, gun, was gonna be the final boss moment, think again. This boss fills the screen with so many bullets you'll wonder if your TV's broken. Enter the Gungeon isn't just hard. It's a full-blown hazing ritual dressed up like a video game. And it's amazing. Wow. You did it. You pushed through the bullet-sized and you did it. Every room, every floor and boss conquered. You have learned the ways of the Gungeon and have mastered the once untamed dragon lurking within the pits of hell. Pick up the gun and you point and you shoot. You feel whole, you feel great, and you feel like a Gungeon master. And yet, there is still so much more here. You see, Enter the Gungeon doesn't decide to end once the credits rolled. No. It decides, hey, even after you beat the game, what if we force you to continue playing and it'll still be amazing? And that is exactly what Dodge Roll Studio did. There's always another gun to find, another ridiculous item to unlock, another secret floor to stumble into by accident and immediately regret. The number of weapons alone is insane. Anything you can think of, somebody at Dodge Roll crammed into a barrel and made it fireable. Half the fun is just discovering what stupid, beautiful nonsense the next chest will throw at you. And the secrets? God damn! Hidden characters, hidden bosses, hidden paths inside hidden levels. It's like the game is constantly telling you to come back as there's something you've missed. Even the lore somehow pulls you deeper. And yeah, it's pretty dark, but also goofy and full of puns in certain places. You start to care about the history of this world, the characters' surprisingly dark pasts, and the endless cursed cycle they're trapped in. So, to sum up, Enter the Gungeon is a bullet-soaked fever dream where you roll, shoot, die, and somehow love every miserable second of it. Enter the Gungeon is punishing, hilarious, stylish, stupidly playable, and above all, fun. And, well, that's really all I have to say on this week's episode. This has been the Media Guy. Thank you for watching. And remember, if you don't subscribe, I will blast you with the f***ing unicorn horn.